So today I wanted to talk about the fifth song from Peter Gabriel's forthcoming album, I.O. The song's titled Four Kinds of Horses, and it's an interesting one because I think it complicates a few of the thoughts that I'd had about prior songs in this release cycle. In my previous videos on the songs from I.O., I've been somewhat dismissive of the approach that he's taking here of releasing multiple mixes of every song from this album. It seemed to me less like a meaningful artistic statement, more like a way of consistently reminding people that he exists, which is something we all have to do nowadays. And I haven't been that preoccupied with the question of which will be the final mixes when the album comes out, or even, whether or not there really will be a definitive track list in terms of mixing. But listening to the first version of this song that's been posted, the Bright Side mix, I'll say that the depth of sound crafting here feels more immersive, more interesting to me than some of the other songs from this batch have been. Just some examples. The vocal effect here on the intro is an interesting sonic texture. I don't even know if I like that precisely, but it's different. Starting around 3:35, the strings add a really nice touch of dynamic here, and the way it's all interweaving with the backing vocals and synths is very effective. It's a really dense kind of sonic tapestry where everything is very well blended.
You think you're something different, but you do it all again and again.
The interweaving of bass and guitar and keys at 4:25 is interesting. The elements fade into each other, play off each other very well. The very deep, raspy vocal at about 5 minutes is neat. It feels like a little bit of a different vocal texture for him. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe it's one layer of normal vocal and then another vocal that's been pitched down an octave, those two being blended together. That's totally a guess, though. I could be wrong. Around here at 5:45, there's this sort of ambiguous crescendo where a lot of things kind of swell into this tidal murk. Listening to the previous songs, I've made some comments before about how a lot of it feels like one person layering a mid-budget set of VSTs. This could still be that, but it feels rich and expensive in a way that the other stuff didn't. It's just a really uncommonly good mixing job, even by the somewhat inflated standards of 2023. Hearing this, I'm actually interested in how different versions of this song might come out. I'll be intrigued to see how the other mixes sound. I'll also be interested in hearing other mixes because I'm not totally sure if the quality of the production is inflating my sense of the underlying song. The melody is nice, but it's not totally clear if it's really something that will endure in memory. The lyric is less immediate than some of the others. I'm not really sure, honestly, what the Four Kinds of Horses and Men is really a reference to. The point here is somewhat more obscure than the other songs in this batch have been, which is probably fine, actually. I wish he'd taken that a bit further, actually. I don't know if we're getting these in the order they will appear on the final album, but so far there's nothing here that really builds with the power and scale of something like Signal to Noise, and I do hope we get something that has a little bit more of that epic quality. But still, if this is an enjoyable piece, I'll be intrigued to hear how other versions come out. As always, check out Electric Brain, Electric Shadow on Bandcamp or your favorite streaming service, and I'll see everybody in a week.